So I ordered Factor 75 this week, tried it out for the very first time, and it is not at all what I expected. Since beginning this journey of finding the best meal kit service, I have seen a lot of ads for Factor 75, so I had to give that a try. In so many ways, it's very similar to a lot of the services that we've already done, Blue Apron, Home Chef, HelloFresh, ones like that. The biggest difference here is that these meals are already made for you. They're pre-made. All you have to do is throw them in the oven, throw them in the microwave, and you have a hot, fresh, ready-to-eat meal. And if that sounds like something that you're interested in, by all means, please check out the link below so that you can get a discount on your order, try it out for yourself, and then just come back and let me know what you think. But today, I'm gonna be giving you my full review, my full experience from ordering it, the price, the instructions. There's one thing that I learned and a method that I think is a lot better than the other, and I'll talk more about that. And of course, the taste. How did this taste? And I think the biggest factor here is what my expectations were going into these meal kits versus what the experience was I had at the end of it. First, I want to talk a little bit about the ordering. You know, in a lot of ways, it's very similar. You go onto the website, they ask you some questions, which kind of meals you want, kid-friendly, health-friendly, keto, all of those sorts of things. And then they kind of give you some options and you pick which ones you want and how many, and it's delivered to your house every week. All that's very similar. One key thing that I would do a little bit different, having gone through it now, is when I ordered the first time, I was trying to experience, and partially for the review factor, to experience as much as possible. So I tried to get 6 different meals and some bowls, some more extravagant meals. And I would say that's one thing that's really kind of neat, is that they have a great variety. There's steak, and there's chicken, and there's vegetarian, and there is, you know, bowls, and there's kind of more lunch things and breakfast things, and just a nice variety. So I tried to get a little bit of everything. If I were to do this again, I would definitely probably just double up my meals. In other words, instead of just getting 6 different ones, I would get 3 meals and two of each, or 2 of each, 3, instead of 3, have them double. So it'd still be 6, but you get what I'm saying. I would double all the meals. And the reason for that is this. One, there was meals that I had and I ate them and they were so good. And I went, wow, this is really delicious. I could eat more, or I want to eat this again tomorrow and I didn't have it. So in those cases, I could eat it again. The other thing was there was a few meals that we got that my wife and I both kind of reached for first, and then we kind of had to decide, flip a coin, who got what. Whereas if we had 2 of each, we could just go, okay, let's both have this and compare notes. So that's something I would do. And I think 6 is the minimum. So you could do 3 meals, 2 of each, but then it goes up from there. You can do 8, 10, 12, or something like that. So as far as the ordering process goes, I give this 3 out of 4 forks. I do really like that they gave you all the options. They give you some variations on that. It's very easy to navigate and select what you want. Now the price, of course, this is the big factor. Now, a lot of things go into the price. I would say in a very broad, general sense, for me, the average cost of each of the meals worked out to about $10 a meal. Again, that may be different for you, depending on the discounts, depending on, which again, you could use our discount below and get a tremendous amount of money off, or you know, how many meals you're getting, how often you're getting, all those kind of things offer discounts, or they're, you know, whatever specials they have going on and that sort of thing. But I would say, just for conversation's sake, think $10 per meal, which is pretty good, and certainly less than, you know, it costs to eat out, and less than some of the other meal kits that we've reviewed, and you don't have to make it, and you're paying a little bit for the ease of use, those sorts of things. So price-wise, I really thought it was a fair price. So I give this 3 out of 4 forks. Yes, there are definitely cheaper ways to eat, maybe not options that are this fresh or this healthy, but then on the other flip side of it, there's definitely more expensive options, and when you're paying a little bit for the ease of use and things like that, I think it's a really, really fair price. And again, use the discount code that we have provided for you, because that'll even give you more money off, and then it definitely makes it worth it. Now let's talk instructions. Obviously, these are the easiest instructions of any of the meal kits that we've reviewed. You pull them out of the package, you poke some holes in it, throw it in the microwave 2 minutes, then you got a hot meal. Or you can put it into the oven and it takes about 7 minutes. As simple as that is, there's one of those methods that I was surprised that I preferred. The first meal that I made, I did it in the microwave. I wanted to try the easiest version of this and it came out really good. I thought, well, okay, that's good. Now I'm sure in the oven it's gonna be even better. I would say that's sort of my default, is if I can make something in the oven, it feels more like cooking, it feels more authentic than just using the magic of the microwave. I cooked a couple in the oven, few in the microwave, and I thought they came out better in the microwave, surprisingly. I don't exactly know why that was, but I do feel like in the microwave it cooked more thoroughly and everything was heated more evenly. Obviously it took less time, it was only 2 minutes in the microwave. In the oven, I put it in for 7 minutes and had to put it back in because not everything was cooked as thoroughly. I did like the filet in the oven, the steak was okay, but then the cauliflower mash was not cooked all the way, it was not as thorough, and then the broccoli was a little charred. So it was like it wasn't cooking as evenly. So surprisingly, I thought the microwave was a better option. It was faster and it cooked more thoroughly. Poke a couple holes, throw it in, 2 minutes, pull it out. It's steaming hot and still tasted very fresh and very homemade. Sometimes when you cook in the microwave, I feel like everything's the flavors all kind of meshed together. And maybe because they have different compartments, I don't know. But I liked it better out of the microwave, and that's just my opinion. So for that, I give this 4 out of 4 forks. By far the easiest instructions. I can't think of a way that they could have improved on this or be like, oh, there's too many steps. Oh no, if it didn't take the estimated time. It was all pretty, I don't know how you could improve on it. The instructions, 4 out of 4 forks. Now let's talk taste. This is one of the areas that also was very shocking to me, is that these don't taste like your typical TV dinners, right? These don't taste like something like warmed up leftovers. These taste very fresh. They felt like they were made that day. Again, depending on what you like, what your interests, what your taste palettes are, there's plenty of options that are on there. And for me, what the meals that I ordered, my favorite was, ironically, the first one I tried in the microwave, the shredded chicken taco bowl. There was like this green and white like dill sauce or something that went on the top, which was still cold. It had this corn and vegetables and the chicken. It was really, really good. I was blown away. I was thoroughly impressed at how fresh it tasted. It tasted as good as something you get from a taco truck. Very impressed. Also, equally surprising, probably my least favorite, was the Mama's lasagna bowl. I'm a big fan of pasta and Italian food and lasagna. And lasagna is one that I don't make very much because it is very complicated to make and very difficult to get right. So that's one that I like ordering from restaurants because let them do it. So I was kind of excited about that one. And actually my wife was also, that was one that we both wanted, and I won the coin toss. So I tried that and I told her, I was like, well, I think it worked out because this is probably my least favorite. And not that it was bad, maybe it would work out for you, but it just didn't have all the flavors that I liked. It just wasn't, as far as lasagna goes, not one of my favorites. I will share with you some of my wife's review of the taste because she is admittingly a little funny about chicken. She likes to make chicken herself and she knows how it's handled, knows how it's processed and cooked thoroughly. And so sometimes she gets a little weirded out, even at restaurants, if she gets chicken, if it's not quite right, or if, a friend makes chicken, things like that. It's something that she's very specific about in what she likes. And she tried one of the chicken bowls and really liked it. She was really impressed. She was, again, kind of going into a little skeptical. I hope this chicken's done right. But she's like, as far as chicken, ordering it and not sure where it came from and how it was processed and all that kind of stuff, she was like, it was really good. And she was thoroughly impressed with that. So the chicken, highly recommend. We ordered the filet, which is kind of on the upper end of some of their menus and some of their lower ends. And the filet was good. Again, going back to the oven, it was like, I think it might have turned out better, if not just as good, out of the microwave. And this, again, just a personal preference, is there was no potatoes with any of these. Like, it was a filet and this cauliflower mash, which was good, but I think I would have preferred to have like a mashed potato with it or a baked potato. Again, I know what they gave me was more healthy, and maybe that's what you're looking for, then by all means, this is great. I liked that cauliflower mash, and some form of that was in a couple of different recipes. I really enjoyed it and thought it was good, but it's just not something I necessarily would have picked. So for those reasons, I'd give this 3 out of 4 forks as well. My expectation going into this was getting maybe an elevated version of a TV dinner. I've eaten plenty of those in my single days of just trying to find something to throw in the microwave and eat and not have to cook. You probably grew up on them just like me. I wasn't expecting that quality. I knew these would be better than that. But what I got really blew me away. Like I said, these tasted very fresh. They obviously were very healthy and had very healthy options in there. They cooked up really well and super easy and maintained the integrity of this freshly prepared meal. They're not frozen, they're chilled, so you can put them in the refrigerator. And we ate them over I'd say the week. And the last one was just as good freshness-wise as the first one. And that really kind of blew me away. And then when you enter into the equation the cost and the price of this, less than $10 per meal to get something that tastes very fresh, very homemade, that's also healthy, and is easy to make and ready in about 2 minutes, or maybe 7 minutes if you put it in the oven, kind of blew me away that this kind of product is out there. And again, I'm excited to offer you a discount code so you can try this out for yourself, because I think, like me, you're gonna be very impressed with what you can get out of this. I wanna tell you, one of the questions that comes up a lot about these meal kits in general is it worth it? And I have another video talking exactly about that. Is Factor 75 worth it? And would I order it again? Check out the video on the screen to find out.